The Dream Team and the beginning of the NBA's globalization. Until the 1992 Summer Games in Barcelona, the United States was limited to collegiate athletes for representation. This was due to the FIBA rule that barred American professionals from competing in the Olympics while allowing European and South American pros to compete. This limitation was evident in the 1988 Seoul Olympics, when the Soviet Union and Yugoslavia, both made up of paid athletes, finished ahead of American amateurs. The public outcry demanded a level playing field, forcing FIBA to allow NBA participation. Let's play full court, baby! Your go-to channel for the most interesting basketball topics. Now, where were we? Oh yes, the Dream Team. The team's timing was critical. The American basketball program needed to show the world that the United States had the best basketball players and that the NBA was still the most competitive league for the best players in the world. During this time, the NBA was entering a golden age in its short history. Magic Johnson and Larry Bird were nearing the end of their illustrious careers. The torch was passed to Michael Jordan, who was completing his first three-peat with the Chicago Bulls. In New York, Patrick Ewing was reviving the Garden. And in Phoenix, Charles Barkley was bringing his engaging, appealing, and semi-destructive circus. Karl Malone and John Stockton had elevated the pick and roll to the level of an art form. Clyde Drexler and David Robinson were two approachable and friendly stars for the league to showcase. Scottie Pippen, meanwhile, was quietly establishing himself as the best second banana in NBA history. Completing the roster was the Golden State Warriors legend guard forward Chris Mullin, and the lone college player on the team who led Duke to back-to-back national championships in 1991-92, Christian Laettner. Dream Team versus College Team scrimmage. Head coach Chuck Daly assembled a team of top college players to scrimmage against the Dream Team. Among the notable college players who went to become NBA stars were Chris Webber, Penny Hardaway, Allen Houston, Grant Hill, and Jamal Mashburn, to name a few. One of the most well-known Dream Team stories takes place during a scrimmage in the run-up to the 1992 Olympics. The goal was to prepare the Dream Team for a live-action play, a process for developing team chemistry, despite the fact that most people in the media did not believe team chemistry was important on a team with that much talent. The game was a 20-minute scrimmage, and the college team played the best basketball of their lives. Everyone on that team made a significant contribution, and the Dream Team lacked chemistry. That was an eye-opening experience for the Dream Team, and they knew they needed to get their act together. They quickly realized that this group of young men could really play. They had a difficult time stopping Chris Webber, who dominated at the rim. Allen Houston hit three-pointers with ease, and point guard Bobby Hurley repeatedly attacked the paint against the mighty Dream Team. The college team held the Dream Team in check. There were no press representatives present at the scrimmage. Grant Hill claimed his college team beat the Dream Team by 20 points, but this is debatable. According to reports, the final score was 62-54. Before the press entered the gym, Daly allegedly ran up to the press box and told the scorekeeper to erase the score. Krzyzewski eventually admitted that Daly threw the game in order for the professionals to lose. Why? Daly believed that any team, no matter how talented, could lose on any given day. He wanted to demonstrate that point. The second meeting between the Dream Team and the college team was nothing like the first. Daly had limited Jordan's playing time the day before, and with Jordan playing the entire game, the Dream Team dominated and looked like the best team in the world. The Dream Team reportedly beat the college players by 100 points the next game. The college team couldn't get the ball over the half court, and the Dream Team's defense was suffocating. The Dream Team would never let their foot off the gas against any team, regardless of talent level. The Qualifiers, 1992 Tournament of the Americas. The 12-member squad was dubbed the Dream Team by the media before ever setting foot on the court together. They were chosen to earn an Olympic qualifying berth and then represent the United States at the 1992 Barcelona Olympics. The games were held at Portland's Memorial Coliseum. This FIBA America Cup was supposed to earn the Americas 4 spots in the 1992 Summer Olympics. The United States defeated Cuba 136-57 to begin the Tournament of the Americas. No U.S. player played more than 22 minutes, but 7 players scored in double figures as the USA raced to a 40-point, 67-27 lead by halftime and increased that lead to 66, 100-34 with 12 minutes to play before coasting to the 79-point victory. The US kept rolling, defeating Canada 105-61 and Panama 112-52. The United States defeated Argentina 128-87 in its fourth game, but more importantly, it qualified for the Olympics by securing the top spot in Pool A and guaranteed a top 4 finish in the tournament with a 4-0 record. Venezuela with silver, Brazil with bronze, and Puerto Rico with 4th place also qualified for the Olympic Games. Team Jordan versus Team Magic scrimmage. The formation of international dominance of the Olympic USA men's basketball dream team was one of the most iconic moments of the 1990s and NBA history in general. The team allowed era-defining players who had been competing for years to come together and demonstrate the full power of the NBA. The transition from the 1980s to 1990s basketball also served as a symbolic event. This was most evident during a tense scrimmage between opposing teams led by Michael Jordan and Magic Johnson. The famous Dream Team organizes a scrimmage that will go down in history as the team prepares for the Olympic Games in Barcelona. This particular scrimmage brought several position rivalries to the forefront, from Karl Malone versus Charles Barkley to Jordan versus Clyde Drexler. The most heated rivalry on the field, however, was between team captains Michael Jordan and Magic Johnson. Magic's career was coming to an end in 1992, while Jordan was on the rise, having won the previous 2 NBA Finals with the Bulls against Portland, as well as Magic's Lakers. Michael Jordan leaves the co-captaincy of Team USA to Larry Bird and Magic Johnson. The star of the team remains, well, Michael Jordan. The game will then heat up, with the two teams going blow for blow. If Magic can get his team back into the game, he will eventually have to surrender to Michael Jordan. Throughout, heated banter was exchanged, with Jordan's team eventually coming out on top. The battle signified the passing of the torch from one great to another. Though Jordan took it away from Magic's unwilling grasp, Jordan approached Magic and Larry Bird after the game to inform them that there's a new sheriff in town, as featured prominently in the documentary Last Dance. Dream Team's basketball legacy. Due to security concerns, the Dream Team did not stay in the Olympic Village. When the Dream Team arrived at the Olympic Village to pick up their credentials, there were only 4 guards at the gate. One of the guards, upon seeing the Dream Team, grabbed his camera and his child while the team members were mobbed by other Olympic athletes. Daly also stated that the village beds were a problem because 2 of his athletes were over 7 feet tall, and he considered comfort to be a priority in order to keep the team rested. As a result, the team stayed at the Hotel Ambassador in Barcelona, where USA Basketball took up 80 rooms of the 98 rooms. Although fans were not permitted to enter the lobby, they gathered outside the hotel in the hopes of seeing their favorite players. The Dream Team won its first game against Cuba by 79 points, while the rest of the world did only marginally better. Between the Barcelona Games and the Olympic qualifying tournament of the Americas, the US went 14-0 with an average margin of victory of 47.1 points. The original Dream Team was so good that it wasn't even about basketball that year. It was a show of greatness that transcended sports. Not only were fans blown away, but opposing players begged for photos and keepsakes with the American superstars before, after, and even during games. The Dream Team went undefeated and defeated Croatia in the gold medal game 117-85. In the 8 games, Team USA average win was 43.8 points per game. After that, the Dream Team didn't look back. The beauty of it was how they seamlessly blended all their celebrity and personalities into a demonstration of collaboration. Opponents had no chance, but they didn't care. While attempting to guard Magic Johnson, one player was seen frantically waving to a camera-wielding teammate on the bench, signaling that he wanted a picture of them together. Despite the fact that the team had 2 of the most prolific scorers in NBA history, in Michael Jordan and Larry Bird, Charles Barkley led the team in scoring. Coach Chuck Daly never had to use a timeout. Even though they were used to fighting each other, the squad came together. There was never any competition, only triumph. The Dream Team increased global interest in basketball. Basketball had exploded in popularity around the world since 1992, challenging soccer's reign as the most popular sport on the planet. Much of this is due to the Dream Team's influence, which attracted fans and followers wherever it went. As a result, the number of international players in the NBA has increased. On the first day of the 1991-92 season, NBA rosters featured 23 international players from 18 different countries. At the start of the 2011-2012 season, there were 74 players from 35 countries. For the 2021 and 2022 season, NBA rosters featured 109 international players from 39 countries. The Raptors boasted 10 international players, while the Mavs and Thunder are second with 7 such players each. The Dream Team, particularly the impact of Jordan's popularity, contributed to the NBA's globalization. Foreign players have grown to be an important part of the game. Notable players like Dirk Nowitzki and Giannis Antetokounmpo have won NBA MVP awards. Players like Yao Ming and Andrea Bargnani, who were both selected first overall in 2002 and 2006 NBA draft respectively, have become an integral part of NBA's drive for globalization. No American team will ever again dominate like the Dream Team, in part because it raised the bar for future American teams to meet. We hope you enjoyed the video topic today. Subscribe to our channel, Full Court, for more interesting basketball topics.